Hi! So, I know probably everyone have watched it or talked about the Avatar The Last Airbender, but I just watched it and I wanted to talk. Before anything, I need to mention that in this video there's going to be no spoilers because I know some people don't like it, which I don't understand why. In this video, I'm going to talk about the things I liked, if I liked the show or not, the things I didn't like, and the things I'm expecting if I'm expecting something for the next seasons. Before anything, if you are one of those people who haven't grown watching the animation, if you're not a Gen Z or a millennial, I'll give you a quick disclaimer of what the show and the animation is about. So basically in this reality, in this place, there are 4 nations. Each one of them represents and are part of an element. We have air, water, fire, and earth. Basically the 4 elements. And in each of those nations, there are people who are born with special abilities. The ability of bending or controlling the elements that represent their nation. So if you're from the Earth nation and you were born a bender, you're going to be an earth bender. And the variations of that. In each generation, there is a person that is born special. That person is the avatar, and that person is capable of learning how to bend the 4 elements. That happens because a special spirit, but I'm not going to talk much about it because they're probably going to talk about the spiritual part of the avatar on the next seasons. The avatar is born with this ability, but not only the ability, he has or she has the duty to keep those 4 nations, those 4 elements in balance. Our show is basically that, but imagine that the avatar's missing. Imagine that one of those nations decided to attack the other and take control of it. Let's talk about the show. When I watched the first episode of the Netflix series, I thought I wasn't going to like it, mainly because things on the first minutes were going slow, but after the first episode I understood that they needed to go a bit slow on the first episode because after that it goes really fast, and they needed to explain what I just explained to the audience because there are people who haven't watched it. And talking about the things I liked about the show, the first thing that I liked about the show, it's probably one thing that people won't like it about it, people that had this nostalgic memory of the show, and that is the show is more mature than the animation. The animation was made for children. Of course everyone can watch it. I rewatch it sometimes and I enjoy it, but it's mainly for children, and I think that Netflix show kept the spirit, the feeling of the show, but it is more mature, so I think everyone will enjoy it. Talking a little bit about each character in this part, we have our 4 main characters. That let's start with Aang. I think they chose the best actor to be the Aang because that kid is literally a kid, and it's funny to watch it because you can see a child, that spark in his eyes, his innocence that Aang had on the animation. But he was raised by monks, so he's mature, but he's still a child. And I loved that even though they made the show more mature, they kept that character with his essence. I mean, it's appropriated to his age, but also he changed because the need of changing, the need of growing. And I like the Aang. I can't say much about him because I think he's exactly what he was on the animation. So let's move to another character. I can't say that I loved him more in the Netflix show than in the original animation, so people will hate me for that. And it's Sokka. And the actor they chose, it's basically a younger version of Jared Padalecki. It's the same person. In the animation, I felt that he wore like too silly. Too silly. And don't get me wrong, I laugh every time I rewatched the original animation, and I love Sokka in every possible way he could be. But I like the fact that in the Netflix show they made him what he was supposed to be. He's a leader, he's a warrior, and when he's not in war, he can be silly and weird like he was on the animation. And we go to his sister. Let's talk about Katara. And I thought when the show started that I wasn't going to like her because I felt that she wasn't connecting much with Aang and with Sokka. But that was only the first episode, and I think it took me longer to like her as Katara. But I remember when I started watching the animation when I was younger, I didn't like Katara much, and after some episodes I started loving her. And I think the Netflix show, it's basically the same. When the story starts, I don't care much about her. With the journey and the episodes, we get more of her feelings, and that's when we connect with her. So I thought I wasn't going to like her, but I ended up like loving her. And basically in the last episode I was screaming because she was really badass. Watch it and you'll see. And we have, which for me is the main character of the season, but the animation was the same for me too. And we have Zuko. We have Zuko in his journey to get the Avatar. Not give you any spoilers, but for me, he's the main character. I mean, in the season, I could connect with him easier, faster, and I could understand his motivations. I could understand the path that he was going to. And like the animation, I think his storyline is one of the best, if not the best. But I do think that he has a bigger chance of growth in the series than it was in the animation. So, talking about the things I didn't like about the show. And there are two things. One is small and one is really big, which can affect from me watching the next season. The first thing that I didn't like is a small detail. It's that there are only 8 episodes. And the story moves fast. There's always something happening, they're always moving, and the animation was kind of like that, but there were more moments of nothing happening in the animation. But in the Netflix show, they're moving really fast. Of course, they are in the middle of a war and they need to move, but I do feel that if we had just one more episode to just connect with the characters and also to see the characters connecting with each other, I think it would be great, because sometimes I feel that they are getting connected with each other and we're connecting with them, but it's, I mean, in a rush. I mean, oh, we need you to be friends right now, and we need the people who are watching to just love you guys, so it needs to be fast. And I think if they added just one more episode, I don't think that they need more, maybe 2, but 1 would be alright. If they added just one more episode, I think that it would be great for us to connect with the characters, but also to the characters to connect with themselves. Before I say anything more, please, if you're watching till now, please like the video. This helps me a lot. I'm trying to grow this channel for a while and I really need help, so please like the video. And also commenting in the videos sometimes it can be anything, but commenting in the videos like help me a lot. So if you watch the videos and you don't comment, just like leave a comment, that helps me a lot, please. So back to the story. Another thing, and that's probably the thing that I most hated, because I hate it about the show, it's that we have an enemy, we have the Fire Lord, but I think they chose the wrong actor to play the villain, because that was the Fire Lord on the animation. Normal. I can't hate that guy. But the actor they chose for the Netflix series, I mean, he's so hot. Do you think I would be against this guy? I mean, I want the Avatar and everyone to die. I just want him to rule my heart. That was just a joke, but he's really hot. I mean, he's really hot. There is this one scene. He's really hot. Just burn me alive. Just burn me. So 1 to 10, if I was going to decide, I was going to give an 8 to the show, because there are things that they need to improve to it be like great. But it's a really good show, and I'll probably watch every new season. I think the journey moved too fast, but it wasn't much of a problem for me because I enjoyed it. If you haven't watched the animation, I think that you still like it. It's not just a fantasy. There are parts that everyone, even the people that doesn't like fantasy much, will enjoy it. And that was this video. It was weird, it was fast, and I think I could say what I liked and I didn't like about the show without giving you spoilers. And I'm excited for the next season. And I really hope Netflix won't destroy this show because it was good. Bye!